Excellencies, colleague ambassadors, both bilateral and UNESCO, distinguished guest of honor, and Director for Africa at the French Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Jean-Christophe BELLIARD, distinguished special guest and General Secretary of the ruling NDC party, the Honorable Mr. Asiebu, the Honorable Mr. Samuel Ofosuankofo, Vice Chair of the ruling party NDC, Chief Executive of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Mrs. Mawena Treba, leaders of the Ghanaian diaspora in France, Nime, Name, Nanano, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Ghana was the first country to achieve its independence in sub-Saharan Africa. This fact makes this day all the more special to us. Our plan to celebrate Ghana's 58th Independence Day here in Paris has been both groundbreaking and ambitious. Groundbreaking because we have combined a business investor event with a fun exhibition to see, hear, taste, and experience a little piece of Ghana here in France. Ambitious because we have planned this in the shortest possible time. Remarkable because so many of you are here today. I wish to thank you for honoring us with your presence at such short notice. There are representatives here from a veritable who's who of French companies. A special welcome too for the companies from Portugal who have come all the way to join us today. The main purpose of our mission here in France is economic diplomacy. Students of economics are taught very early on about the imperfections of the market. This often means that people may not have the information they need to maximize the success of their businesses. Our role as ambassadors is to create these opportunities, to bring such people together in spaces like this, that they can meet, share ideas and information that will be the seeds for creative and successful business ideas and partnerships. Our people are highly talented, creative, and extremely enterprising. They are yearning for opportunities to turn these talents into viable businesses. These people are in Ghana, but they are also in France, and indeed all over the world. Our people in the diaspora are a valuable human resource for our economy, and our missions abroad are tasked with tapping into the economic value that Ghanaians in the diaspora can bring to their motherland. Today, we have created a heady mix of business and finance communities from France, Portugal, and Ghana, representatives of governments and institutions from around the world, and members of the Ghanaian diaspora in France. As Ghana's ambassador at UNESCO as well, I have a heightened awareness that it is not only through the dry political and economic interactions that business and commercial links are formed, but through art, culture, and shared human values. These are the things that make people fall in love with Ghana and make Ghana the #1 place to do business in Africa. Paris, as the city of love, understands best the relationship between love and money. As we go about our business, life passes by. Why not do business in a place where each day brings a unique and enjoyable experience? There are many people in this room who have visited or lived in Ghana and can attest to the compelling charms of Ghana. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our country is full of exuberance for life, and this strikes me each time I visit home and observe people in the streets finding joy in the simplest things of life. The streets of Accra are colorful, clean, and safe. And economic activity is bustling everywhere, unfortunately with an attendant headache, traffic jams, the bane of successful and rapidly growing cities. This week, we are celebrating International Women's Day. We have had a series of events at UNESCO marking this great day. At a high-level conference on Wednesday, it was emphasized that the one most critical and transformational change that all countries, and indeed the world, can make to end poverty, hunger, and deprivation is to educate girls. Ghana is a stellar example of this. Our own female sculptor and entrepreneur, Constance Swanikier, is representing Africa at a marvelous art exhibition at UNESCO, marking the day. I have just come from speaking at that launch of the exhibition. It is running all next week. Please go and see it. Our guest of honor from Ghana is also a woman, Mrs. Mawina Treba, the Chief Executive of Ghana Investment Promotion Center. She's a young woman charged with bringing investment into our country. She's a breath of fresh air for the center and brings a dynamism and can-do approach to a very, very challenging job. Our own Honorable Foreign Minister Hannah Tete, who visited Paris last September and whom many of you have met, is a woman renowned for her intellect and skills of oratory. We have all been through the Ghanaian schooling system, which has given us the opportunity to reach our full potential. Striving for parity in educational opportunities for girls in Ghana began early in our nation building and is a large part of the success of Ghana as a nation. A beacon in its region of peace and political stability, democracy and good governance, economic vibrancy and opportunity. These benefits and more is what educating girls can bring. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, at the heart of Ghana's national political and economic strategy is regionalism and regional integration. This is our rationale for becoming members of La Francophonie, to get closer to our brothers and sisters in the ECOWAS region, who are represented here today. Last week, the President of the ECOWAS Commission visited Paris. He told us of ambitious plans of highways and railways and crisscrossing the ECOWAS region, of the development of a common energy pool for the distribution of electricity around the region, of a common external tariff for goods coming from outside the region, and the development of common standards of labeling for goods sold within the region. ECOWAS has also concluded negotiations for an economic partnership agreement for trade with the European Union. Effortlessly, Ghana has become a hub for businesses wishing to operate within the ECOWAS sub-region. It is a haven of peace, not only in our region, but in a world of uprisings, wars, terrorism, and disappearances of children, journalists, and politicians. Our democracy is the envy of countries around the world. Our people are welcoming and friendly, creative and well-educated. Our economy is vibrant, and our press is one of the freest in the world. We are proud of our His Excellency, President John Mahama, the current chairman of ECOWAS, for his leadership in the West African region. At a time when international reaction to the Ebola virus was not swift or strong enough, he harnessed the limited resources of our region to begin the fight against the disease and focus the world's attention on the plight of the stricken countries. Today, new cases of Ebola are at an all-time low, and the disease is well on the way to eradication. He has mediated in electoral disputes and upheld the principles of democracy and good governance in all such cases around the region. And for those who were here with the earlier speaker, he referred to the good works that our President has done as ECOWAS chairman, speaking in French for those who are the French speakers. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank our wonderful sponsors for their generous support for this celebration. Thank you for believing in Ghana. Thank you for believing in us, that we could and would deliver on our promise. I would like to thank my staff at the embassy for their remarkable teamwork and for making sure the embassy continued to run effectively whilst we were preparing for this event. I would also like to thank those who sponsored us in kind. The team from Ghana, we use their creative and organizational skills, energy, and time to bring us exhibits from Ghana. Thank you also to the companies, embassies, and institutions that put their own resources and staff at our disposal for the planning of this event. This day is not just about the here and the now. It is also about the process of planning, discussing, collaborating, networking, and bonding as a group of people who get to be together today at this time and this place. I urge you to stay in touch with each other, and with me, of course. With the power of ICT, we have a unique opportunity to create a network of people here today, and reverberations of this day will be felt long after this event. That will be the mark and the success of this event. There are some key people without whom this event could never have seen the light of day. Mrs. Mawena Treba, could you please stand up? And her able assistant, Susie Vanessa, where are you? Yeah, Susie Vanessa pestered us, didn't she? They listened to me, they accepted my vision, prompted and supported me when I had silently decided to put it aside as too ambitious. Mr. Patrick Nana Dumorin, where are you? He's standing there. Everyone look at him. An exceptional Ghanaian acted as the event organizer for this day. Thank you and all your team from Gold Coast Events. First of all, for your patience. Clap for Gold Coast Events. Infinite patience. Your creativity, your passion, and most of all, your support for our vision. Miss Anita Yeboah, my fabulous personal assistant. She is fabulous in every way. She has worked tirelessly on this project, and it is hers as much as it is mine. Last but not the least, my family for all their support. My husband's company is also a sponsor of this event, but that has been the least of all the support he has given me in countless ways. My children have flown in from Scotland, England, and the US, missing their lectures and classes to be here. They have arrived here in Paris, but they are still missing their mommy. I really appreciate the sacrifices you have all made to be here today. My speech would not be complete without giving thanks to those who came before us and those who continue to guarantee our peace and security. Those who struggle for independence so that I can stand here today, bold and free, representing my nation as an equal partner in the Committee of Nations. The father of our nation, our first president, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, for his vision, not only for Ghana, but for Africa and the African diaspora. And to our national politicians of all colors, some of whom are represented here today, past and present, who have made democracy possible by resolving that the political struggle will be one of words and not guns and knives. Let us be grateful and celebrate all the wonderful things that Ghana has to offer. I invite you afterwards to go around our stands, taste, see, hear. Long live Ghana. Long live Ghana. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Son Excellence, Votre Excellence, Madame Johanna Odonkor Svanikier. Merci. Mesdames et Messieurs, l'hymne national du Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, please. The Ghana National Anthem, God Bless Our Homeland Ghana. Well,